Most people don't just wake up and decide to hike Mount Whitney. And even fewer do it without a formal training plan. But that's exactly what we did. So the day before the hike, we started getting everything ready. Food, gear, layers, anything we thought we might need to get through the day. These are all bags of food. And then we've got our travel bag and then our backpacking bag, so lots of stuff. Mount Whitney's the tallest mountain in the lower 48 states. It's been on my list for a while, so when the opportunity came up, I absolutely wanted to take it, especially because they already did the hard part of getting the permit.
Mount Whitney came up kind of spur of the moment, actually. We just had some friends that had a permit and they wanted us to do it, and we didn't want to miss out on the opportunity, even though we didn't necessarily have a ton of time to train or anything, so we just went for it.
And I would say I was really proud of Brittany. She's just ready for adventure and like saying yes to things like that. So it was funny when I asked her, hey, do you want to do Mount Whitney? There wasn't much conversation. She was like, let's do it.
Which was kind of hard for me personality-wise because I really like to train for things. And I like to be prepared for things, and so not having enough time was a sore spot, but I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity.
Yeah, and you've had a lot of church callings.
Yes, and that was a large part of why I didn't get the training in that I should have gotten in, because I was super busy with the kids and all of their fun stuff that they're doing right now. And I had busy other stuff outside of the kids that I had to be responsible for.
Okay, leaving at 3 a.m., weighing the packs, little wag bag action.
Immediately you're climbing. That also made Mount Whitney difficult, was because it's pretty much a constant climb. You're constantly gaining elevation. That was pretty intimidating right off the bat, thinking, oh man, what have I gotten myself into? We've done Mount Olympus, and I would say that it felt kind of similar in that Mount Olympus always felt like just like a stair climber to me.
So 0.83 miles in, we've got a little river crossing. Yeah, totally. We've got this hiking model here. How are we feeling, babe?
Good.
Words of wisdom?
Protein.
Yeah, we've had a lot of eggs. There's the start of the sunrise. I loved the sunrise. When the sun was rising in the morning, it was really beautiful. So we are like 5 miles in, and we're at about 11,000 feet. Where are we at? 11,117. This is just beautiful. Still feeling good, but we're trying to not expend energy. There's this idea of not burning matches, where you work too hard at once. Tyler Hamilton talks about it in his cycling book, but just not working too hard and just slow and steady. I guess on the Kilimanjaro, they talk a lot about just slow, move slow, and that's what it is. You just keep moving.
I was probably just most nervous about being able to keep up with the people that we went with, because they were all speedy.
They had trained a lot and they were really into it, and we were like, we're just gonna rely on some past fitness. Our strategy from the first 2 hours was, we don't have to make any records. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna move up, and then we're gonna move down slow. This is where it starts to go up. Here we go. Okay, so we've gone 7.5 miles. We're on these switchbacks. About 12,000 feet in elevation. 12,471. way. There's the cabin. The wind and cold was also a lot more extreme than other hikes that I'd been on.
Wool layers are key. They are so good at regulating temperature and body heat. So that needs to be your first layer with this kind of thing. Some really good gloves too. Not a pair of onesie running gloves. Like you need actual gloves.
Gloves.
And a nice hat.
Especially for me, a big hat. We're the saddle. 13,576 feet. Cool. So we're 900 feet away. We can see that side. And ice. And we can see that side. Sounds like a hurricane.
The elevation was a huge challenge. I've never done anything that high before. We've done Kings Peak, which is
1,000 feet less.
1,000 feet less. But for some reason, it just felt harder elevation-wise. And that's the benefit that we have because we've done enough of these like big endurance adventures that you just have hope and you just know that you'll eventually get where you need to go. And so that was just the game plan. Snack break here, water break here. It quickly became obvious that we weren't going to keep up with our companions. It helped too to put the slower person, me, ahead. And then I didn't have to constantly be trying to catch up to him. That helps me a ton. I set the pace and then he just had to keep up with me, which was easy.
The final ascent, this is the final 300 feet. What I love about it, it's still a trail. It's not boulder hopping and looking for a trail. You just walk. It's kind of beautiful. The top's just up there. So I found this whole like ascent thing a bit easier than King's, but you know, way more climbing here. I won't say that this is easier. Okay, we're at 14,457, 50 feet away, and we are approaching the summit. Look at that. How do you feel, Brittany?
Sluggish, but good.
But really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. There's the house. The thing I love about this is there's no real exposure, and the hike all the way to the summit has been more of a path. Unlike King's Peak and some of these other passes, you're just like, oh, just keep walking, keep gaining some elevation. It was a lot easier and a lot less sketch. No, I don't know about a lot easier, but take away the lot easier. It's a stair stepper. Journey to the top. Go for it, Les. What was the most beautiful moment of the hike?
Probably when I got to the top and I could look out and see all I had accomplished. Pretty awesome, good feeling. Prepare for constant elevation gain. Wear lots of layers, bring lots of good snacks with caffeine in them, and lots of water.
The main thing that I learned from other people, we didn't we saved so many people on the trail. Not really, but there were people that were like,
fun,
I had 5 pounds of extra food. When I got back, I still had 3 pounds of food. So when we saw this,
That's a lot.
when we saw this couple that was struggling, we gave them oranges and different food to just put into their system. So are you okay now, you think?
And honestly, you guys are absolute savior, because I thought we were gonna have to go to the bottom, like where the lake is, where their altitude isn't as high, and then make the mashed potatoes our last remaining food. So you guys absolutely saved us.
Good.
So much.
Well, if you see us at the bottom and need water, let us know. We've got a
Thank you so
filter.
much, guys. Thank you so much.
One of the guys missed his pack and we gave him lots of food. It was amazing how many people were underprepared
Yes.
with food. We were like forcing things to people.
People will not accept your charity, basically, but they, even though they need to.
Yeah, so that's my main thing is like have more food than you need Because even if you don't need it, and it's a reminder for you to eat all the time, you don't want to have to save things, just eat. It's a buffet. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet on the trail the whole time. Have more food than you need, and then you can also help people with it. It took us 16 hours to finish the whole trail.
We also kind of lost track of time at the end. We were socializing quite a bit with some other people on the trail, and we didn't realize that our group, we thought that there was one more person behind us from our group, so we were kind of coasting and just enjoying life a bit.
What did this experience mean to you personally?
I needed a little humbling, and I got it. The big takeaway was don't underestimate things. It was like a further testament to, no, I do need to prepare for everything that I do and so that I don't hurt myself. That was one thing towards the end of the hike. I was so worn out and so tired. I rolled my ankle one time. Still, to this day, my ankle is still not quite right.
And it's been 4 months?
It's been a long time.
We did it in October. And I think I did a relatively good, I was ready for this one with my regimen and whatever. I try to live my life to be ready for adventures that I'm invited on. I'm really glad we did it. And I'm just really glad and proud to have a wife that could do it without training a bunch too. That was really nice. Would you do it with me again?
Sure, I would, yes.
Yeah, I would do it with you again too.